I saw lots of tree frogs while I was there, actually. Surprisingly, I wouldn't have ever thought that, but there's tree frogs, and there was these really cool lizards that changed colors based on their surroundings. I don't know if they were quite chameleons, but they were like chameleons or similar to, and very, very cool. And usually they'd just be bright green, and they were some really cool lizards. Some of the other cool animals that they had was snapping turtles. We saw a couple of those, and I remember we found a little baby one on the side of the road as we were walking, just small, tiny little thing. And we picked it up and looked at him, and then we set him back down, and gave him his freedom. I remember another experience as we were driving into an apartment complex. There was a snapping turtle in the middle of the road. And it's because there's these swampy areas everywhere. There's this giant snapping turtle in the middle of the road, probably about a foot across at least, maybe a foot and a half, just very large. And I didn't want him to get run over, so I stopped the car and pulled over and got out, and a whole bunch of cars lined up behind me, as instead of passing me by, they were sort of stopped to try and see what I was doing, so I went to pick up the snapping turtle to get him off the road so that nobody would run him over. And that was the biggest mistake I made. I picked that snapping turtle up, and it started reaching its neck out and around to bite me, I can only assume. And my companion inside the car with the door shut heard this thing just like growl or something, and I freaked out and dropped it because it just scared me. And I didn't want my finger to get bitten off. And later on I learned that they can literally bite off your finger. So they are very interesting animals, very cool, but don't touch them. Don't pick them up. They don't like it. So that's my take. And let's see, any other animals? There were some alligators down there, but it wasn't quite as, I didn't just see them all over the place. So that wasn't quite a surprise. They had down in Charleston. They actually had a park where you could go, and they had a lot of alligators there. It was pretty cool to go and see. But not quite like Florida, where they just seem like they're everywhere. And there's squirrels everywhere. Felt bad because I ran one of them over accidentally. Sisters made fun of me for the next couple weeks. But they're just everywhere. It just seems like squirrels are everywhere. You'll see them your entire mission in South Carolina, it seems. So